Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel today. So we're going about the quick step-by-step detailed process in the making of this beautiful fitted gown, which has a tie knot in front. It has a very beautiful stylish neckline, as you can see right here, and it also has a long sleeve with a flare at the ends of the long sleeve. This is a style you definitely want to add to your collections. Trust me, it's never going to be a thing of regret when you watch this tutorial to the very end. Stay with me, and with that much being said, let's dive right into today's video. So I was unable to get a mesh fabric to recreate mine, so I got this very lightweight white fabric. It is very light, okay, and I used the total of 3 yards to make this outfit. So behind the camera, I drafted out a half scale basic bodice, as you can see right here. So one thing here is that I actually folded this my pattern paper into two to draft out my half scale basic bodies with a neck depth of 2.5 inches, a neck width of 3 inches, a chest line of 8 inches, bust point, under bust, and my half length. I also went ahead to get my nipple to nipple point, and I formed my dart at that point. I replaced my dart, and the sewing allowance I have at the size of this half scale bodice is 1.5 inches. So I actually have my pattern paper folded into two before I drafted out my half scale basic bodice, as you can see right here. And something I did right here was that I made sure that I transferred all these lines I have at the both sides while I was drafting, as you can see right here. So this is it on fold. When I spread it out, you can see that I have all the lines together. Okay, so the next I'm going to do is to just trim off that shoulder slope part. Okay, that is the excess, not the actual shoulder slope. Okay, so this is what I have left, and I'm just going to spread it out this way. So ensure that your lines and everything you drafted is at both sides of your paper. So now I'm going to first of all start with the neck alterations. So for the first part, I'll be doing the asymmetric like parts of the shoulder. So from my shoulder line, which is that point where my tape is, I'm going to come down by 4 inches, and I made a dot right. From my neck width, I marked 1.5 inches away from my neck width. Now I'm connecting this 1.5 inches dot into my 4 inches dots, as you can see right here. So I'll come to my chest line because I don't want to show any cleavage at all. I'm just going to go up by 1 inch from my chest line. If you want to show your cleavage, you can maintain your chest line. If you don't want to show it at all, you can use 1 inch. Then if you want it to be entirely covered, you can go up by 1.5 inches. But for me, I went up by 1 inch, and at the end of the tutorial, you see what it looks like on me. Then from my armhole, I went in by 3 inches, as you can see right here. Then from that 4 inches point, I'll use this curved part of my ruler to connect this into that 3 inches I came in by. I have a tutorial that has this exact style of shoulder, which I'll also be pinning the link to the tutorial in the comment section. So having done this now, I'm going to extend this point, okay, into a straight line. So it's going to be my guide. Then I'll just label it point. That line there, I'll just label it point. Please do not get confused at all. So the next, I'm going to come to this other part of my shoulder, and I'm just going to move away by 1 inch from my neck width, as you can see right there. Now I'm going to create this curve to curve all the way into this line which I labeled my point, then meeting this altered shoulder at this other side. If my explanation is not so clear, everything I'm doing right here is 100% clear. So you see what I've done right here, and that is it for that upper part. So the next thing, I'm going to get the middle of this paper. So I'll just go on ahead to use my black marker to highlight it. Then from that 1 inch I went up by from my chest line, I'm going to determine how wide or spacious I want the chest part to be. So I went up by 2 inches from that 1 inch line above my chest line. So the next I'm going to do is that from this other side of my armhole, I'm going to make a connection to intercept or meet at that very point of 4 inches I have. You can use your free hand, but here I'm making use of all my rulers to get all these shapes. Okay, so you see what I've done so far, and that is it for the neckline. This part I'm shading out here will be cut out entirely. So from that line I went up by 1 inch. I now slash this through. Please just watch carefully so you don't make mistakes. So I'm trying to give this a slight curve at the front part by just using this curved part of my ruler to slant this way, just a little, slightly. Then I'll cut this out. You can leave yours straight if you like, but I just give mine a little curve at the front. So the next is to cut out this shoulder right here, which I'm going ahead right now to do. Then I'm going to keep it aside. So the next is to cut through this other line right here. As you can see, I will cut this through, and it already has the part I shaded. I'll throw that part away. This other part now I'm going to cut it through as well, and the shaded part I'm going to discard it because it's not needed. So this is it now for the neckline. You can see what we have right here. This is looking super cute. So that is it for the front part. We'll move over now to the back part. So for the back part, I'll be drafting directly on my fabric because I do not have a pattern paper for the back parts. I first of all marked my shoulder line at the top part of my fabric. Then I marked my chest line of 8 inches and my half length of 16 inches. So basically just go on ahead and draft a half scale basic bodice the same way we always do it. In case you're not really familiar or you don't know how to draft a half scale basic bodice, a link to that tutorial on how to draft a half scale basic bodice will be pinned in the description box. Just kindly go on ahead and click on that, and also don't forget to subscribe as well. So right here now, for the back part, don't forget to give it your zipper allowance. So my zipper allowance I marked for the back here was actually 1 inch. Then I'm now going ahead to input all my necessary measurements for this actual dress. I also didn't forget my darts as well. Then when I was done with all of that, the next thing I'm going to do is to give this a cut to avoid bulginess at the back of our zipper. Okay, so that's for my allowance right now. Okay, then okay, for my neck I did 3 inches neck width and 2 inches neck depth and created my round neckline. So for the bulginess of our zipper, I'm actually going to go up from the base of my fabric here by just 3/4 of an inch. Then I'm going to slant this in slightly so you can see what I've done so far. So that is how I'm going to cut this out. But because I'm yet to actually add my joining allowance, because remember this is a gown, I'll be joining the upper part to the lower part. Now from there I'm marking just half of an inch. So this half of an inch is going to be for my joining allowance to the lower part of my gown, or the skirt part of my gown. So after all these markings, I'll now go ahead and cut this out exactly the same way which I have drafted. So there was something that I should have done I didn't do here. The alteration that was made for the shoulder for the front part of our neckline, I would have done the same for the back part, but I didn't do it and it came out okay. But to be on the safer side, please repeat the same process. Now subtracting my half length from my full length, and now I'm having 29 inches. This basically means that the length of the skirt I'll be cutting out will be 29 inches long. So I've gone ahead to do all of that. This is for the back parts. As I already drafted this, I'll cut out a facing for it. And this is for the two skirts, that's for the front and the back skirts. And this is what I have as the length, plus 2 inches folding allowance and half of an inch at the top part for joining allowance. Then I went ahead to cut out my pattern paper on my fabric so you can see, and I added half of an inch sewing allowance all around this part I'm pointing right here, and also for the base. So that is basically it for the front part. In the second part of the tutorial, we'll be going about the quick detailed sewing. Assimilate this particular one better so that you all don't get confused. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you on next time on this same channel. That is definitely the second part of this tutorial. Have a lovely time ahead of you. Bye.